Hello everyone, this is Jaleesa from J. Christine Handbags. Today this video is going to be about the different stabilizers as well as interfacings that I use for my handbags as well as accessories. So also I'll be putting a blog out about this, so you can definitely read up on it and you can reference this video for anything that you need, or feel free to ask me questions. Come to my Instagram page, J. Christine Handbags, or you can go to my website, j-christine.com. Okay, so let's get started. We are going to start with interfacing. Interfacing is going to be what I use to line my lining inside of my handbags. This is a Pellon product. I use Pellon product as well as Luigi Carnevale, which I will let you know where to get those from. But let's go ahead and get started. So interfacing, again, it's something that I use to put on the inside, on the back side I should say, of my actual lining that I'm using. This again is from Pellon. This is an interfacing. If you guys want to know the difference between interfacing and stabilizers, read up on my blog. But basically what the interfacing does is it gives the fabric body, which I just told you guys read my blog, but there's more to it. Anyway, so I just wanted to kind of show you guys in video and not just in a picture of exactly what I'm talking about. So this is just the interfacing on its own. Okay, again, this is iron-on. From my understanding, they do not have a sew-on for this. I don't think it'll work for a sew-on. It definitely needs to be ironed on, and it works very well for the majority with 100% cotton fabric or like quilting fabric. Anything kind of to that type of material. I've used it with satin. Haven't really experienced with delicate fabrics. There might be other interfacings for that, but I don't use that type of stuff for my handbags. So this is strictly for what I use for handbag design, not for like clothing or anything like that. Keep that in mind. This is the cotton fabric on its own. This is quilting fabric. So there's nothing on the back of this. This is the front side of the fabric. And just kind of, you guys see how it moves. You know, 100% cotton is usually pretty sturdy, but when it comes to handbags, especially if you're putting in zippers, you want something that's really gonna be able to hold up from all the pulling that you do, as well as everything that goes into a handbag. Ladies, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And this here is the same piece of fabric, except now the interfacing has been ironed on. So it definitely gives it more body. If you could feel it, it definitely feels a little heavier, a little bit more sturdy. So again, this is used for linings of your handbags. This is called SF, S as in Sam, F as in Frank 101. It's a Pellon product, and you definitely need it. Couldn't have a good handbag without it. All right, let's move on to the next one. So the next three that I'm going to be talking about are going to be stabilizers. The next three are also Pellon products. Again, if you want to know exactly the difference between interfacing and stabilizers, read my blog. They're meant to kind of do the same thing, but there's a difference, a slight difference between them. So this is a 40 weight. That's exactly what it's called by Pellon. It's a 40 weight. There's a more specific title to it, which is going to be in my blog as well. But to keep it simple and short here, number 40, this is how I always remember what I need is by the numbers, number 40. This is an upholstery fabric. Now keep in mind, you guys, I use the stabilizers for upholstery fabric, vinyls, as well as sometimes leather. Depending on what type of leather it is, you really don't need anything like that for a vegetable tan leather. That is pretty sturdy on its own, but I will talk about some things you can use with vegetable tan leather. But this, like stuff like the stabilizers in general, I wouldn't necessarily say this one in particular, number 40, but stabilizers in general are good for like lambskin leather. It's very soft, it's very delicate, or even like goat skin if you want to use something to give it a little bit more of structure, or even sometimes probably a lightweight cowhide probably be good. But so this is very light. You know, they even have something that's even lighter than this, which is a featherweight. It's called featherweight. I don't know what number it is. I wouldn't use that in a bag at all. But this is just basically giving the bag or the fabric something a little extra. You know, it really won't give the bag structure. So if you're looking for a structured bag, definitely wouldn't do a 40 weight. It's just too lightweight, too flimsy. You guys see how much this really moves? That really wouldn't work very well. So this is the upholstery fabric on its own. Now you guys know that upholstery is a little different compared to cotton fabric. Okay, so it's a little heavier, but I still definitely, if this is what you're gonna make your bags out of, I definitely recommend having some type of stabilizer to help give that bag some type of structure and to help the bag last longer. This is the upholstery fabric with the 40 weight on. I see I did that backwards. I think I did it on 2 of them. Anyway, it's the 40 weight. As you guys can see here, now it's hard to, you know, really get an idea of what it feels like, obviously, because you can't feel this, but it, like I said, it just gives it a little bit extra. And I'll keep these here so you can compare the next 2 that I'm about to show. Okay, so next we're gonna talk about is a 50 weight. I'm trying to make sure we get everything in the camera here, which I think I have plenty of room. Okay, 50 weight. So you guys, I did that backwards. It's okay. You guys get the idea. So 50 weight is just slightly heavier. This I recommend probably using like with a vinyl that already has a stabilizer backing on it. A lot of vinyls, a lot of good vinyls at least that you buy are gonna have some type of backing on the actual vinyl itself. Some are thicker than others, some are thinner. And you know, just depends on what you're looking for from the vinyl itself. But the 50 weight would be good because it was something with the backing already has some type of structure to it. So this gives it just something a little bit extra and will allow the body to hold. Now, when it comes to the base of your bag though, I definitely recommend using something heavier than the 50 and the 40 weight. And there's 2 other products that I can show you that you can use. But let's go ahead and talk about this. So again, like you guys said, this is slightly thicker. When you fill it, you guys, this is Pell-On too. All these are Pell-On. You can go to Joann's or Walmart to get this. So if you want to just go in the store and just fill them, I think Joann has like a sample book of all the Pell-On fabrics, at least from what I remember, but that was like a few years ago when I was looking at. Now I have all this stuff memorized and really basically can figure out what they are by feel. But this definitely feels thicker, it feels heavier. You can see there's a slight difference in being able to see through them. This one's a little bit more opaque. And this is what it is on the upholstery fabric. It definitely feels a lot thicker than this 40 weight N versus the upholstery with nothing on it. It definitely has a lot more body and will give you a lot more structure than something on its own. Let's see if I can get these to stand up. Maybe get an idea of what I'm talking about. This is probably not gonna stand up. You see what I mean, you guys? So the upholstery doesn't even stand up on its own. The 40 might. Let's see. It does, but I can tell you this is a lot better. Okay, so the last one of the Pell-On stabilizers that I use. Keep in mind, guys, there's so many other stabilizers that Pell-On offers. Again, it depends on what you are going for as far as the structure of your bag, the look of your bag, whether you want stuff that, or a stabilizer that you sew in or you iron on. I use strictly sew in for stabilizers. And if you wanna know why, again, read my blog. That's what it's there for. All right, you guys, so 926 stabilizer. This is not the heaviest stabilizer that Pellon offers, but it is the heaviest that I will use for my handbags. The other one that they offer, I think it's 71, I think is the number. It's either 70 or 71, I don't remember. But it's a lot thicker than this, and it's just got, I don't want to say it has too much structure to it, but when it bends, the crease stays there, and I don't like it. I don't want that look in my handbags. You want the handbag to kind of flow naturally, you know what I'm saying? So, by looking here again, the thicker it gets, you know, the less opaque it is. You guys can definitely see this is a lot thicker compared to the other two that we have here. And with it sewn on, a lot more body. This is definitely one that I say for the majority of handbags that you're using like out of vinyl or upholstery fabric, you know, leather, lightweight leather, you'd be fine using. But it's got good structure. And when you bend it, if you need to bend it, which you really wouldn't have like that much of a bend on a bag unless it's the base, but that's a different story. It still looks really good. So these are the 3 stabilizers that I use. Again, Pellon product, 40, 50, 926. They're all good. I've been using them for a long time. Can't make a bag without some type of structure. Just letting you know that right now. If you want to, that's fine. This is the tedious part, you guys, of making handbags, is cutting out stabilizer and sewing it on, and you know, it takes a while, but it must be done. Okay, so the next 2 products I'm going to be talking about is from, or the brand is called Luigi Carnevale. It's from, can only be purchased, you know, if you're a maker or small business owner, from Rocky Mountain Leather Supply. That's rmleathersupply.com. This is more so for leather, genuine leather, but it can be used for other bags as well. Again, depending on what you are going for. Okay, so this is a brio reinforcement. Comparing this to the 926 from Pellon, this is like so much thicker, so much sturdier. You know, they're both good, but this is a good sturdy piece right here. Again, this is more so for genuine leather. Bring this a little bit more to the center. This is a suede. From what I remember, it's a pigskin suede. I just wanted to use a suede so I could show you guys really the difference that brio makes. The brio reinforcement is really used for like bases of bags, or like flaps. It can be used in straps. I like to use it in my wallets. I have a piece. It's not really in any type of seam in my wallet. It's just as a base in one section of my wallet to give it some structure. So, and I love this because it can be glued on very easily onto leather, and make sure you're using the right type of glue, you guys. Can't just use any glue. Or it can be sewn through, or both. So it's great. I actually love this. So here, I think you guys can just tell right off top how much more structure it gives. You can see this is like a little flimsy here. This doesn't do that with the brio on it. It's flat, it's perfect, good base. You probably could double that up and it would be perfect. Another thing, you guys, I want to point out that you could do as far as stabilizing a leather handbag is to use another piece of leather, usually like a vegetable tan leather, a thinner piece that could be glued on for structure as well. You know, maybe you could use a combination. Again, it all just depends on the look and the type of handbag you are designing. So do your research. You know, I hope my video is helpful to you as well as my blog, but definitely do your research. You know, I have spent a few years doing a lot of research and a lot of practice, you know, testing on what really works. So just do your research, you guys. But Brio, I love it. They also have, I don't remember the name of the other one that they have, but it's more so for like the sides of the bag. Just go to rmleathersupply.com. Luigi Carnevale, you'll be able to find it. The last product I'm going to show you for Luigi Carnevale is Oslo memory foam. And if you guys know all those designer bags, this is genuine leather. This is a lambskin leather. It's very, very soft, very supple, very beautiful leather. A lot of leather is beautiful, you guys, but lambskin is just so soft. I love it. Back to designer bags. So you guys know the crosshatch stitch designs or anything that, you know, when you push on it, and it, like, you know, just a little squishy. Do you guys see that? I hope you do, because it looks like I can see it from looking up at the camera. This is, you guys, this is what they use. This is different than memory foam you just pick up like at a craft store like Joann's. It's not the same. The only thing that's you're really gonna get that effect like the designer bags is the Oslo memory foam from Luigi Carnevale, because this is what the designer brands use, and it does work. RM Leather Supply sells it in 2 different thicknesses. I think this one was like 0.3 mm. I definitely recommend buying the 0.5 though. I think it's 0.5 or 0.05, something like that. With a 3 and a 5, you guys, you know, I'm not trying to remember every little single thing. Just go to the website. But anyway, my point is I would do the 5 because I bought the 3. This was the first thing that I bought from Luigi Carnevale, and the first thing I used, and I really didn't know what to expect. So I bought the 0.3, 0.03, whatever it is. And I found that sewing it on leather, you need to double it up, because it's just not going to give you the effect with one layer. And to really get a good effect, like I said, I would buy the 0.5 and then probably double the 0.5. That's my recommendation. I doubled the 0.3 so you guys can see the crosshatch stitch on the back. This is the back, you guys. Okay, so you see the 3D effect. That's the whole idea, is to get the 3D effect. You can do so many different designs. It doesn't have to be the crosshatch stitch diamond design. You can do so many different designs. But when you turn on the front, it does have a little bit of a 3D effect. You can see it from here. Kind of like move it around. You can definitely see it, but like I said, that's why I recommend doing the higher thickness and doubling that, because I think it would actually just really pop and it would look really cool. I mean, I used the black thread on this so you guys could see it. I wouldn't use really black thread on this leather. I just kind of clashes. But I think it looks great. Even with, you know, that being said that it's the lower thickness, I think it still looks good. Let me see if you guys can see a little bit of depth here. A little bit. Okay, this is the back of the leather. So this is the front. No Oslo, double layer of Oslo. It should probably, see, has some, definitely see the give to it. So this is cool stuff to you guys if you just want to do something different when you're with your bags. You know, it doesn't just have to be designers, name brand designers doing it. Makers, small business owners can do it as well, and I think you should definitely expand your knowledge, you know, expand your skills, and just get out there and do something a little different. So that is my take on stabilizers and interfacings. I hope that this is helpful to all of you. If you have any questions, please feel free to go onto my Instagram, jchristine_handbags, and you can send me a DM, or you can actually go onto my website, j-christine.com, and you can email me. I think there's also like a customer tab at the bottom too, where you just fill in your information, or you can just go to info@j-christine.com and email me that way, and I'll definitely get back to you with any questions as quickly as possible. Okay, you guys, that's all for next time. I will see you or talk to you later. Bye.